News.
Our guest for this hour is Ramona Mwarey. She's the head of retail and business banking product at Absa Bank Kenya PLC. Ramona, good morning.
Good morning, Eric.
Welcome to Kenya's biggest conversation.
Thank you.
Welcome to the hot seat of the Situation Room. Does it
you.
feel warm enough for you?
It's warm. Outside is cold, but inside here is warm.
Good. That's as it's intended to be. Absa Bank, and you are head of retail and business banking products. That's
Yes.
a big title. What do you do?
So my role is very simple. It is just listening to what customers want, understanding their needs, and then developing products and solutions that speak to them. So basically, I'm the factory behind. Once we get to listen what customers are looking for, we're able to now go to the kitchen, prepare a solution that actually speaks to their needs. Yeah.
Eric, that thing of ours. Yes.
Which thing is that?
He and I have several companies.
Things.
Which do other things, yes.
Yeah, so it's simple, just solving for customers their problems or needs. Yeah,
So we come to you with our need and then you tailor make a product.
exactly.
And
yeah.
product here means how easy and how you facilitate us getting access to finance.
Financial needs, yes.
And has being able then to make the payments and to make the
Exactly.
repayments for the financing that you've given us.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
We want to have a conversation about cross-border payments.
Yeah.
And even as we were talking and teasing up this conversation earlier today, we said, people just assume, you want to make a payment across the border. Well, if it's just across the regional borders, you go and make a payment. What?
Or, if you're near the border, just go to the border.
Just go to the border.
And send the money.
And pay.
Take the money. Take the money and pay. What's the problem? Or whatever you want to do, just go to the bank and say, I want to pay for some goods in the UK, in Australia, in Azerbaijan, and they deal with it.
Okay.
But then there are issues around it. And I think that's why it's important. What's the importance of factoring in the systems that are being used for cross-border payments?
Okay, yeah. Thanks, Eric, for that question. Maybe if we just take a step back, I think when we look at payments has evolved over time. Especially right now in this period of COVID, I think COVID has made us take a step back in our strategy and ask ourselves that dynamics have changed completely. We've moved to a cashless economy. Cash is still king in this country, surprisingly, even though I guess a number of us, the last time we saw cash, I don't know, when is the last time you used cash?
I work with cash every day.
Oh, that's good.
Do you use it every day?
Do you
I
use it
every day. I can even demonstrate.
CT wants his money.
Yeah. So I think for
this.
us, with the shift with the shift of customer behavior changing from using cash to digital. Okay, clearly, City, I can still see you have cash.
Yeah.
And that is why I'm here, just to make sure I can convert you from cash into digital, yeah. So I think just to answer your question, Eric, is the approach we've taken is to ask ourselves is how do we make sure we continue being relevant to the customer? And how do we tap into what COVID has actually taught us, where we've almost taken a step back and asked ourselves, how do we become more relevant? How do we provide solutions that speak to our customers? So aligned to that, I think today we're here just to talk about the payment solutions we're launching and just showing the importance of it. And just to clarify, it's actually both a domestic, which is local payments, and cross-border. And cross-border in this case is out of Kenya. So we've built up systems which we'll talk about just to talk to our customers on what we've done to make it easier for them to move money, whether it's across Kenya or outside Kenya.
So we just get straight into it. What's this product?
Okay. So this product is called Absa Visa Send Money. I'm very sure we launched
Absa
it.
Visa
Send
Send
Money. Yes. And what this product is all about, it's a innovative remittance solution that allows you to do three key things. One is person-to-person transfers, and transfers in this case is domestic or cross-border. I'm very sure, Eric, you must have some money that Citi owes you. Citi can actually pay you that money from a person to person. The second,
Yeah, he works with money.
he works, so now he can send you digitally. Then the second one is just person to business. So if you're walking, let's say you've gone to Toy and you want to make a payment, or you're in Gikomba, or you want to pay this business person, that service allows you to do that. And then thirdly is the capability to be able to make a payment through what we call as a QR payment. I'm very sure most of you have gone to restaurants nowadays and you're looking for the menu and you're asking, boss, where is the menu?
Let the menu, please.
And they tell you, please scan that code. So I think for us, we're also showing that we're remaining innovative, where you just scan with your phone and you're able to make a payment. So those are 3 key things that this product we're launching called Visa Send Money is going to do to our customers.
What's the problem with that restaurant thing?
You want to give out your cash?
No, cash eventually I will give.
Yeah.
That menu is restricted to the screen of my phone.
Okay.
But the menu is a nice, huge object.
Yes.
And the pictures are clearer. You just turn the... Anyway.
You can get help. No worry. We'll make it simple, yeah.
Yes.
Technology
Has its limitations.
That's why we're here to educate you.
When you say Visa,
Yeah.
it brings in a different company. Absa and Visa are 2 different
Correct,
companies.
yeah.
So when you say Absa, Visa, send money,
Yes.
does it mean Visa, the Visa that we know?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So just to take a step back, I think one of the key areas we've tried to focus on is to look at ourselves and say, how do we get into strategic partnerships that help us grow? So what we've then done, and we've been in this country for more than 100 years, and what we do actually offer to our customers is the cards that we give our customers is branded Visa. And one of the key things we've done with Visa as a key partner for ourselves is to say, how do we play into this space in payments? And now using Visa, which is a global brand, has a footprint across all countries. They actually have 3 billion Visa cards in the whole world. So for us, it's a solution that we've partnered with Visa just to ensure that we can actually meet this need of remittances, where customers are looking for a solution or a product where they can be able to move money from one place to another. And hence the reason why we've partnered with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see, you already said you issue cards.
Yes.
Absa, Visa cards.
Yes.
Okay. Now it's Absa, Visa,
The
send money.
Correct.
Is it a card? Is it an app? What
Yeah.
is it?
Okay. So Absa Visa Send Money is a remittance solution. And what we've then done is, if a customer wants to use it, because today most of our customers have the physical card, and that's what most people know it. And the word that most of our consumers use is ATM card. So what we've then done is we are moving away and saying, how do we give more value and just move it away from an ATM card? Because when you think of an ATM card, what do you think of? Cash. I'm very sure that's where Citi gets his money from. And we're then saying we're actually giving you more value in your card. So with your card, the first thing you can then do is make payments, whether it's through at a merchant or at a supermarket. Today, you use your card to make a payment at no cost. And what we then did actually in 2020, we then launched our first the cards that Citi was just showing me. You can see it's a vertical card. So we launched an innovative solution where customers are able to tap and pay. And within seconds, your transaction is actually approved. So to your point of what is this Absa Visa Send Money, we're actually creating more value on the card. So we moved away from it just being an ATM card. We're telling you can use your card to swipe at the supermarket or fuel station, you can tap. But then now we are telling you, you can actually use this same card to make payments. And how will you make payments? We've then now taken a step back and told ourselves, mobile has become an integral part of our lives today. I'm very sure today, if, Eric, you forget your phone at home, you'll actually drive back. But if you forget your wallet, which has your card, you won't drive back. So what we've done is we've integrated mobile. We've integrated card into mobile. And what you just need to do is go to our Absa mobile app, or you go to the internet, Absa internet banking, or if you don't have a smartphone, you can actually use something we call USSD, which is basically *224#, which is our mobile banking, where you're able to access this service. So you'll just go, you'll see a service menu written transact, and then you'll see Visa Send Money, and there it is a simple process. And one thing we've realized in this market, Kenya, I think every Kenyan almost has a phone. So it's very easy for a customer to be able to undertake that transaction. And we've been able to solve for that customer who has a smartphone and one who doesn't have a smartphone. So pretty much that's how you access the service.
It's better than M-Pesa.
So I think for M-Pesa has its space, yeah. And M-Pesa for us, we look at it as a mobile money solution that our customers actually use. So today, even on our Absa mobile app, if you log into it, what can you do? You can actually move money from your account into M-Pesa. Yeah. So now we're telling you from the same mobile banking, you can actually be able to send money to City or Eric locally. You can actually be able to send money. So if I look at a trader, I don't know how many of you have you been to Gikomba City?
A long time ago, though. But
And Eric, when was the last time you went to Gikomba?
Gikomba hapa tu. Sure.
Which means he hasn't been there in a long
Exactly,
time.
exactly. So if you go there, what you'll see is happening there. The traders are looking for a way to make a payment. So I'm selling materials and I'm buying from Ghana, or I'm actually buying some goods from China and I want to make a payment. So what we're then saying is, so long as you're an Absa customer, you'll actually log into our app, or you use, if your phone is not a smartphone, you can use the 224 hash I spoke about, and the person is able to send money. And the only thing this person needs, actually, the two things you just need to be able to send that money, is a card number for the customer you're sending to and their name, and that's it. So that's just the two information that you actually can be able. Card number and the name. Yes. But to make it easier, and I think City, you alluded to M-Pesa and mobile money. What we've done is, because mobile is still king, and mobile, actually, if I take it back, I'll say mobile number is still something that everybody, for sure I'll have City's mobile number, but I won't have his card number.
Yeah.
So what we've then done to make the process easy, we are encouraging our customers, once you log on to a mobile app, go to Absa Visa Send Money, you can actually link your mobile number to your card number. So Eric, as opposed to you giving me your card number, so long as I have your mobile number, which I have it on my contacts, I'm able to send to you. So we call that service, it's an alias service, where you just register yourself and link your card number into the mobile money. And it's instant. Yeah. You're looking a bit surprised, Eric.
I'm kind of...
No,
I'm kind of lost.
You are lost. Yeah, I'm completely lost.
Okay.
Okay, talk to me, then I'll help
The thing
you.
is, everything you're saying makes sense.
Yes.
Then I'm lost, but it's still making sense. Okay?
So I'm here to make it
I go
easier.
to the app,
Yeah.
star
224
hash. Okay? A list comes out.
Yes.
What do I see on that list?
You will see transfer services.
That's what I've been looking at.
Yes.
Maybe it's my phone that has a problem, but it isn't there.
It's there. So go to, are you on star 224 hash?
Yes.
Okay, so let's take a step back.
Where?
So for customers who are on star 224 hash, when you go into it, you'll go to bank services. Yes, after bank services, you will see funds transfer.
Yeah, it's there,
You can
number
see
3.
it, yes. And then you'll see Visa Send Money. Or you will see Absa Pay, depending on which type of device you're using. Yeah. What do you see, City?
To own Absa account, to other Absa account. Register beneficiary, edit
Now you see City needs a class on its own. But I think
By
just
the way,
to...
it's not what I'm doing. The
Yes.
phone is the one who's telling me things.
Yeah, so I think to make it simple, there are two things you do. So if you're on star 224 hash, you go to bank services, funds transfer, you should see Visa Send Money. So that
Okay.
is one. But if you're on the app is much easier in terms of once you log in, you will see transfer services, then you'll see Visa Send Money. So once you're on Visa Send Money, it'll ask you for a card number and beneficiary name. But in the case where I mentioned where you've already linked your card number to a mobile number, I just need to put in your mobile number and I put in your name, and now I put the funds that I want to send out to you.
And the money will come to my to
To your card. So there are two things. It comes to
so
your card
money
number.
comes to my card.
Yes.
Once City pays,
Yes.
it comes to my account.
Yes, exactly.
So it's a cash transfer service.
It's a transfer service.
Okay.
It's a transfer
What
service.
if I'm not an Absa banker?
Okay, that's a very good question. So what happens is this service is available to our Absa customers who hold what we call a debit card. And your debit card is what is linked to your normal current account. So to your question of when City sends you the money to your debit card, it automatically reflects in your account. So that is one. Absa debit card holder, customer can be able to send out the money. The second one is an Absa credit card holder. So for us, a credit card basically is you're short of cash, you need some money, we're able to give you a limit. So we'll give you a limit, and our credit card offering is actually, we give you 50 days interest free. So assuming you're short of money and you're looking for 100,000, you can use that card, send the 100,000 to whoever you're sending the money to. So whether you're sending to somebody outside Kenya or within Kenya, you're able to send it out. So that is the sending side. The receiving side is the benefit we have is you can send to any Visa card. So in this market, as Kenya, we have 15 million Visa
Card holders.
15 million. So
This is across the various banks.
across the various banks.
Right.
Because for the banks that issue a card that is branded Visa. So it tells you, if I'm thinking of who can I send money to, you have an opportunity to send to 15 million. That is locally. Then for cross-border, you remember the earlier stats we mentioned? Today, Visa holds 3 billion Visa cards out there. So meaning, if I'm sending money, I have the chance of sending to 3 billion people in the world. So obviously there will be restrictions, like a certain country cannot receive certain funds, this country can receive our funds, and that information we do provide to our customers. But it just shows you that sending out this money, I can send it across.
To very many people.
Exactly.
Let's go back into this issue of CT is a Barclays
Customer.
customer.
Absa customer,
Is a-
Eric.
Sorry,
Thank you.
is an Absa customer.
Yeah.
I beg your pardon. CT is an Absa customer, holds debit and credit cards.
Yeah.
We know CT.
Yes.
CT wants to pay me.
Yeah.
I am not an Absa customer.
Correct.
So he goes to the app
Yes.
and he chooses to pay me.
Yes.
He enters my mobile number.
Yes.
But I don't have the
Send money.
Absa Visa send money,
Correct.
obviously, in my
Yeah.
app because I'm not an Absa customer.
Correct.
So when he puts in my number, how does that come to my account?
Okay, so two things. If you've not registered yet, so you've not linked your mobile number to card number, he won't be able to send it. But what he will then do, he'll tell Eric, actually, I'm not able to see your name here, because the minute you put the mobile number and I put your name, it should tell me this is to Eric Latif.
Right.
Confirm.
Right.
But that he will see, he'll get a message and telling him this it can go through. So he'll tell you, boss, you've not linked your mobile number to card number. So what is he going to do? He'll ask you for your card number.
Okay.
So with your card number, which is your debit card, you'll give it to him. Instantly, you'll get the money. So long as it's a local transaction, instantly
So just
you'll
get out
it into your
my
current
Visa
account.
card.
Yeah.
We key in my Visa card number,
The 16 digits.
the 16 digits.
Yes.
And the money now comes to my account
Spot
in
on.
whichever bank.
Exactly.
And it's instantaneous.
Is instant for local
For local.
transactions. So for cross-border, depending on the dynamics of the different countries, you can get it instantly within 30 minutes. And I'm saying instantly is 30 minutes because if you look at how cross-border has evolved over time, we've had days where it's taken almost like 5 days,
A week.
a week.
Yep.
Clean.
Yep.
Yes.
Transferring
They
money.
told you instant.
There's intermediary
Yes.
bank. There's I don't know who. It
I'm
goes
glad
and
you
gets
know about
lost.
intermediary bank.
Stories.
Instant acquires new meaning. And then there's the cost.
The cost, yeah.
Okay.
So
Cost.
So let me talk about the cost.
Yes.
So what we've done with this service is, so if you're doing a local transaction, we are currently running a promotional offer where depending on the amounts that you're sending, we're charging you as low as 10 shillings up to 70 shillings. So it's tiered based on the amount you're
the
sending.
amount.
So
But the highest is 70 shillings.
70 shillings,
And this
yeah.
is for how much?
This is you can actually transact up to 1 million shillings. Up to 1 million. I know, City, you have that 1 million in your account as we speak now. So
Your banker has told us
your banker has told
that
you, yeah.
that you have. Now, ukiniambia nini?
Ana pesa.
Hiyo pesa si yangu.
Ni pesa ya loan. Yeah. So that is the cost for the local transactions. Then when we go to cross-border, because the dynamics are different, so we have that transaction, we still charge you between 10 shillings and 70 shillings. And then we charge you. Why are you laughing?
Umemwanika.
Sasa everybody owe money. Is going to start
Knows
calling.
that you have the 1 million. Tumesikia kwa radio. Uko na pesa.
Don't worry, you're not the first one. There was somebody once called here and
Okay.
said, people like CT who work in the media and earn 2 million shillings.
I know.
The problems I had. But
At
anyway,
home.
let's go to the
In
cost.
the village, they bring you all the Arambe cards.
People had I'd even forgotten who were alive called to me.
She's among those who had and went and checked and actually realized that, yes, every
Exactly.
30 days, 2 million shilling comes in.
Comes in.
And by the 8th, you have spent 1 million paying, do things here
Exactly,
and there.
yeah.
So you're left with 1 million. So she knows what she's talking about. City, I want my money.
Yeah.
Please carry on.
I want
carry
my
on.
money. Let's take a break. It's 8:30. Kenya's biggest conversation. Ramona Mwarey is a head of retail and business banking products at Absa Bank Kenya PLC. We are talking about how they've made it much easier to make payments inside the country and across borders. And this is through the Absa Visa Send Money. Is it a different app or is it within the same
It's
Absa?
within the same app.
So once you have you have the Absa app,
Yes.
you automatically and you have
Automatically
Visa, you have a Visa debit or credit card.
Correct.
You automatically then have
Exactly.
access to this.
You don't need to register for it. You just need to register. You only just need to link your card to your mobile number so that it's easier for people to send it through a mobile number.
I'll send my bank guys to you for ideas.
Anytime. Yeah.
This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.
Our guest is Ramona Mwarey. She's the head of retail at head of retail and business banking products at Absa Bank Kenya PLC. Talking about this new product, Absa Visa Send Money, a very easy way of making payments locally and across the region. It's also convenient and affordable. That's what we're saying, right? Yes. And it's not only for people who are on Absa that can receive payments. People on Absa who have a Visa card can make the payment just going to the app. Again, the app, for those who do not know the app and they are Absa account holders. Which one is it?
Yeah, so what you just need to do is a very simple process. So if you have an Android phone or you have an Apple phone, you just need to go to your Play Store or Apple Store. Just download the app. It's called Absa Kenya. Once you've downloaded it, you just need to self-register. So assuming today you didn't know that you can access mobile banking or internet banking from your account, you just need to go. You'll see a link that allows you to self-register. And once you self-register, is instant. You're able to get the app. You're able to log in. And once you log in onto the app, what happens is you can actually see all the services we offer, right from checking your balances, right from doing transfers, right from loading money from your account into M-Pesa or any other mobile money. And then, obviously, you can actually see the Visa Send Money service. So you don't need to register fresh for Visa Send Money. It's automatic, so long as you've downloaded the app. But in case you don't have a smartphone, you just need to dial *224#. If you've not registered, it'll allow you to do the self-registration process. It's quite simple. You'll just need to follow the steps and be able to get the service. And lastly, if you really want to use this service and you don't have a bank account with us, the process is very simple. You can go to our website. We have the capability for you to look at the products and services we do have. You're able to select. There's a form we'll just tell you to fill up, and then you'll get a call from one of our staff members just to make sure we can onboard you easily into Absa Bank.
Ramona, the Absa Kenya app already allows you to get into your account.
Correct.
And make a payment directly into a till number or a pay bill, right? Via M-Pesa.
Yes, via M-Pesa,
right?
Correct.
You can do that.
Yes.
So what's the new thing that this one does? And what's the advantage of going this route with the Absa Visa
Send money,
as opposed to the other one where I can still go into my account and make payments?
Yeah, I think what we've done is, I think just looking at it from a customer perspective and saying, how do we make it easier for our customers, So a couple of things, three, four key things we've done. The process that we have and why you should use Visa Send Money is simple. The steps are easy. Just go to Visa Send Money. I send money to Eric. Or I send money to this business trader who I have his details. And what happens, the person gets the money instantly. So that is one benefit. Two is you're able to send up to 1 million shillings. So in case you've had issues
a million, just or less than a million.
999 for the day. So you can actually send up to that below 1 shilling less 1 million, if I'm to use those words. And then also it's an affordable mechanism. So back to the point I'd mentioned that it's between 10 shillings to 70 shillings. It's actually very affordable for our clients. And lastly, it's a secure platform. So you don't need to get worried that is my money safe. the card number details I'm giving out to Eric to send me money, is it safe? It is safe. Because one of the things we want to also tell our customers is, remember today when you're doing an online transaction, what happens? You key in your card number, you
Plus the
key in your
security.
expiry date and the 3-digit security number on the back.
Yes.
So we're telling our customers it's secure in the sense that you don't need to give out the other details. You don't need to give out your expiry date. You don't need to give out the 3 digits. So you just need to give out your card number, which is 16 digits. And I can't utilize that, assuming I to commit fraud into your account. I can't do anything with that 16 number digit. So pretty much that's how the customer just needs to log in and access the service. And hence the reason why we are coming here to say it's actually a much easier service. And then I think the bigger component is the element that I can do cross-border. Because what you've just explained, yes, it allows me to do the local payments, but how do I make sure I'm enhancing it? And hence the reason why we brought in this service to tell customers now you can actually, something that you thought, you're telling your guy in China who is waiting, he can only release the goods once he's seen the money. You're telling him within 30 minutes, just look at your bank account. You should have the money with you. Yeah.
What if what I am buying in China is more than what you allow me to transact in a
Yeah.
day? What then do I do?
So what you'll have to do, because it's a daily limit and it's purely for your own security, yeah, where we've just looked at which is the ideal limit that we can give you as a client. So what you could do is, assuming you want to do 2 million, you could actually do the 1 million today and send the other 1 million the next day.
What if it's
Yeah.
10?
So if it is 10, okay, you'll have to send the 10 million.
So
but
there now, you're in a different league.
yeah,
boss.
and I think also maybe you need to look at it in a way that we have different solutions that speak to customers. So today, if you are sending 500,000 or 1 million, I might say, you know what, let me use Visa Send Money. But if I want to send 10 million, you could actually say, we have a product, like today we have what we call the telegraphic transfers, which is available online. And so long as you've given us instructions to increase your limits, you can actually send that 5 or 6 million that you wanted. So I think for us, Visa Send Money will solve for that customer who's looking to do transactions of 1 million and below. But for Citi of this, initially, remember he told us he doesn't have money, but now he said he wants to send 10 million. So when he wants to send that 10 million, he can actually use the telegraphic transfers we have.
Can't a citizen be aspirational? I mean, I'm aspiring.
Exactly, yeah.
Can an old do
Yeah.
have money anymore?
Yeah, and then just a second point before I miss it out is
Yes.
we also have something called Novo FX, which still allows you, like if you want higher limits, you're still able to do the transaction. So I think basically we're just saying is we are here and we have the solution. So it's just pretty much understanding what the customer is looking for. So we'll be very clear for that customer of Citi type who wants to send much higher than 1 million, we'll be able to offer them other solutions that they would be looking for in the case where they want that money to all go at a go, as opposed to sending 10 times. Yeah.
So mostly that the solution you're providing is from your account holders and how they deal with merchants, mostly merchants, right?
Or
So you-
individual people.
or individuals.
Yeah.
You're purchasing something online, and you have something that you want to you want to make a payment for. Say like you said, you've gone to Gikomba into
Yeah.
Toy Market, or nowadays our Gikomba guys know how to go in there and they bring Gikomba close to us where we
Exactly.
are. So guy has brought you the Gikomba right
Yes.
there, and you've chosen what you want, and you just make payment to them
Yes.
directly.
Yes.
You don't have to think about, okay, so M-Pesa limits and all. You're just thinking 1 million and below, I can actually sort you out right here, right now.
Correct.
Pay you, it's instantaneous, you go.
Correct.
Then you can also make the payments across the country.
Yes.
Now, across borders.
Correct.
Kenyans abroad. Reverse that process.
Reverse, yeah. So one of the key things you'll notice is when you look at even the statistics that come from central bank, diaspora remittances is actually in the last year, it's a main forex earner for this country.
Yep.
So obviously inward remittances plays a big role in the economy of our country. And the diasporas that live out there, and from the latest reports from Ministry of Foreign Affairs, I think they mentioned that we have 3 million diaspora who are out there and would like maybe to, most of the times they'd want to send money here.
Yep.
And I think when we looked at what they're doing, a number of it would say they're sending for education, for healthcare, or even for family upkeep. So what we've then done is in this process is what we've launched right now is a capability to allow you to send money out there. Then what is in the process, and we'll be announcing it shortly, is the capability to be able to receive money inside Kenya. So we still want to play in that space as Absa and play in the remittances space. And once we're able to go live with that, we'll be able to communicate. Yeah, I think, Eric, what is important to note is in the past, when you hear remittances, we always look at it like it's outside Africa. But one of the things we're seeing a lot happening now is intra-Africa.
Yep.
Especially on our micro SMEs or the business customers, where you want to send money to Uganda, you want to send money to Tanzania, or you're even receiving from Uganda to Kenya. So with Visa Send Money, especially with the capability now that we have for sending, we are going to tap into that inter-Africa. I want to send to Egypt. I want to send to Morocco. It makes it much easier. And I think with the open trade agreements that are there with different countries, that will then help us a lot.
Okay.
Then when we switch on the service for receiving, then it now just makes the product even much more stronger. Yeah.
Let's address this. I only have a shilling account with
Yes.
Absa, and the person that I'm paying is, what country did you mention? Morocco.
Morocco.
What's the currency in Morocco?
What do
That
they
currency
use?
of Morocco.
That currency.
Okay.
City should know it.
Yes.
What?
Or go to Uganda shillings, maybe.
Yes.
UGX.
Okay.
How
Yeah.
does it? Is there an exchange rate that's a standard exchange rate, or is it
Yeah.
a daily interbank or CBK rate, or then how does that apply?
Yeah, so what we've done is when you go to the app or you go to the *224 hash, as you select and put the amount you want to send, it actually asks you what currency you want to send to. So you can choose whether it's dollar, UGX, or dirhams if it is Dubai. Yeah? Once you've then done that, is remember for cross-border, how we charge is a transaction fees that is between 10 shillings to 70 shillings. But then what we have is a Forex exchange. I guess most consumers know it that a dollar, let's say today a dollar is 100 shillings, what is the rate that the bank will give me? So there's what we call as Forex Markup that we do charge. And our rates are very competitive still in the market. We're currently at 3% of what we charge from a Forex Markup perspective. So meaning if the dollar is 100 shillings, will then the actual transaction that you'll be able to process at that time will be 103. Yeah, just to the dollar today obviously is not 100; it's about 117. But I'm just putting it in simple terms.
With a simplified way.
Yeah.
No, it's
Currency?
It's a dirham. It's a Moroccan dirham.
Oh, it's Moroccan dirham. Oh,
No, I Google searched it.
You are just trying to remind yourself.
Yeah.
I'm just being modest. We know you.
yeah.
So it's possible then for, and that transaction will just happen seamlessly.
Correct.
From the app,
Yes.
I go in there and it asks me the
You select the
destination currency.
Yes.
I select Moroccan dirham.
Correct.
So what is it going to tell me? This is how much it's going to cost you in Kenyan shillings. How much is going to
So
be
what you will
withdrawn from your
see,
account?
you will see, because you'd have put an absolute number.
Yes.
In terms of Moroccan dirhams, then it will show you what amount you're going to be charged in Kenya shillings. So you can almost do quickly to see what is the rate that has been used.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
Makes
know
sense.
what is interesting? Whenever one talks money, when you're having a discussion with an expert in the field and somebody who actually holds an office that has
Senior position.
yes,
in
and
bank.
has authority. You know, authority in bank is huge. It's not small. Yes, everything seems simple and straightforward. Now, yeah, it sounds.
It sounds simple.
Now,
yeah.
if I were to put these things into practice, are there situations, issues that I would need to consider beyond the pleasant conversation we're having? For instance, it may be that you mentioned in passing, there may be these structural technical delays that occur sometime. Okay? There may be something else that the central bank has introduced that I don't know. Okay? There may be just an issue that Absa has with some other bank elsewhere, and so these things would be now.
Yeah.
Can we talk a little bit about this?
Yeah, that's a very good point, Citi. And what we've done is, the reality is there are cases where you could have exceptions, yeah? And why would exceptions happen in payments? So if I'm to simplify it, so for example, a country is undergoing sanctions, let's say US sanctions, and today you know that this country, you cannot trade with it. So obviously, when you try and send funds into that country, it will be declined. So what we then try and do together with our visa partners is to make sure we educate our customers and tell them, today, yes, you can send money to these 3 billion cards, but please note, these countries A, B, C, D, you cannot be able to send money to because of sanctions that exist. That is more or less within, the US or the UN sanctions framework, and not necessarily linked just to Absa Bank. It'll cut across all other banks. So that process, we actually bring it forthright to yourself and tell you. You'll also have cases maybe where the delayed payments, maybe a bank has added like certain 2 legs of checks before they credit the funds. So maybe as opposed to the 30 minutes, it could take 24 hours. So that information will give it to you so that it's very clear that, you know what, to Ghana, I have no problem, 30 minutes. To Germany, I have no problem, 30 minutes, and the money goes through. But then there are other areas which more or less will be exceptions as opposed to the norm. But we will advise you of the same. Make sense?
No, it makes perfect sense, because one of the things that one finds, for instance, you go to a financial institution, the understanding from a layperson like myself is that it's not just the bank money, it's other people's money. So they have to be cautious, they have to be careful in the way in which they manage it.
Correct.
And then there are things that they are able to do. Now, what I want to talk about and ask is flexibility. You talked about understanding the customer's need.
Correct.
Tell me the limitations of this within a local setting. Say I want a facility. What limitations am I likely to encounter?
If you want a facility, a loan facility.
No. If I want to use this very same service,
Correct.
we're still on this same topic.
Yes.
The Absa Visa send
Yes,
money.
that one, yes. Personal loan, I'll talk to you after the show. Yes. Are there limitations to what one... You've talked about the limit in terms of money. But are there other limitations?
No, there are no other limitations. Actually, it is upon the client because it's upon you. The only limitation is if you don't have the digital platform with yourself. So if you don't have the money. or you don't have the money. But the reality is every Kenyan almost has a phone, yeah? So already the limitation of accessibility is resolved. Yeah. And so long as you're able to download the app or access our shortcode, which is the 224 hash, there's no other limitation. Obviously, the bigger limitation is if there's no money in the account. So we can't obviously process that transaction. But the benefit is we are giving you a credit card. So you might come and tell us, I really want to send money, but I have no money with myself. So we'll give you a credit card. And our credit card, as I earlier alluded to, for 50 days. The first 50 days is free. So you could, if you pay us back within the 50 days, you don't even need to incur any interest on it. Yeah.
So this actually, so it's as long as you have a Visa card, whether it's debit or credit
card,
you would be able to make the payment.
Exactly.
Obviously, debit, it depends on how much money you have in the account and how much you want to pay. With credit, it's how much you want to pay and
the amount of money we've given you, the limit.
And the limit that you've given.
Yes.
Those are the limitations.
Exactly. On the credit card side.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. It's a good product. Has it been rolled out yet?
Yeah, so we did launch.
Has it happened automatically? So do I need to update my app?
No, it'll be automatic.
So it's automatic.
Yeah.
As long as you have the Absa Kenya app, then automatically there's a new function that's been added into it.
Exactly. So the same way today, when you download WhatsApp or you download Facebook, you'll see those upgrades that usually happen. Is it late in the evening or at night? So similar to it. You'll see your app updated and you will see the Visa send money functionality.
Okay.
Then you're able to do your transaction.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were about to say something before I interrupted you.
I haven't forgotten.
Of course you've forgotten. That's what happens.
I don't know what it is but anyway, I think I've covered what City was looking at. Yeah.
Yes, you have. One of the things that I have found interesting about the banking sector, especially with Absa, I've been a client for a long time.
Which is good, thank you.
Yes.
For 100 years.
No, full disclosure, I'm a client in other banks as well. Just that you understand, yes. But Absa is one of the longest. Now, when you create your products, do you specifically think of products, for instance, that would favor university students? There's a reason I asked this question. those are the people who, if you start with early,
Exactly.
you will probably have a customer for life.
For longevity.
Longevity.
Yes, longevity. Yeah, so I think it's a very valid point you raise, and I think for us, even as a brand, we're trying to what we've tried to do is ask ourselves, how do you walk the journey with the customer? How do I follow you through your life journey? And I think that's what you're alluding to. And that is what we've even done. So starting from the youth, we have the Ready to Work program. I think you must have heard of it. Basically is where we go to universities, talk to students about financial matters, talk to them about entrepreneur, empower them with financial skills, so that even as they're in campus, they need to understand, when how do this little money I have as pocket money, or this money I've gotten from help, how do I manage it? So we start from there, and then once we then do that, we have student accounts, which we've then even given to our customers, where they're able to bank with us. That student account is free. There's no monthly fees that they incur, because we understand the pain the student goes through. And then as we walk the journey through it, you'll notice we have now different solutions that speak to that customer at their point of need. So when you move away from a student, what happens? You then get a job, maybe as an intern. Then later you'll move in as a graduate trainee, or maybe move it to being a lawyer and whatever. So what we've then ensured to do within that life journey is we are actually speaking and saying, what proposition do I have to offer? The other day, about 2 months ago, we launched the doctor's proposition. And what's the focus on the doctor's proposition? We actually went to schools. We went to University of Nairobi, spoke to those students who are in medicine, because that's where it starts from. Talking to them and saying, we understand doctors have a certain uniqueness. This is what we're offering. And once you're mature as a doctor and you run your own clinic, we then tell you, you know what? You have, let's say you're a dentist. There are a lot of machines that you have to get, or equipment.
And they're expensive.
I know. So we tell you we actually have asset finance solutions that actually we can help you finance your product. So I think to your point, City, is to say we make sure that we understand where the customer is, and at their life journey, we give them solutions that can speak to them. One thing also that is key on this visa send money, the component you mentioned on students, is for us, let's say, who've sent our children to Uganda or Tanzania or to the UK, what this service allows you to do is actually send money to them. Because I'm very sure they have a card with them on the other side. So it's instant. Your child calls you, oh, Daddy, the money you sent me is not enough, and I need to top up. We have this function that I have to pay for. Instant, 30 minutes.
And
the
you're
person
done.
has the money, yeah.
Ramona, thank you very much for joining us and
Correct.
for educating us about these products that you have. Ramona Mwarey is the head of retail and business banking products at Absa Bank Kenya PLC. We've been talking about Absa Visa Send Money. If you have an Absa Kenya app, you already have Absa Visa Send Money. Makes it very easy, very convenient for you to send money anywhere in the world.